I went by my local Chanel boutique and picked up a couple products from their new release. I picked up their quad and their blush, and I'm very excited. They look a little different. They remind me of spring, just elegance, flowers, warmth, and just all the good stuff. So I'm excited to try them on, and let's get started. I picked up 2 products from this collection. I think they released some lipsticks, also some of their balm highlighters, and then they released this illuminating blush powder in their quad. Now, in full disclosure, I did try the blush yesterday. I tried recording this video, and 30 minutes in, I just kept repeating myself. I lost words. I just couldn't get my thoughts together. So I just decided to turn that off and start again today, and I'm in a much better mood and I'm excited to try them on. So I'm gonna show you here the 2 products. They come in these little velvet pouches like they always do. And then here, this is the quad, and I kind of like the colors. I think it's just something a little bit more unique. It's just a very spring-like, and I'm so ready for spring. And then this is the illuminating blush powder, and this is the one I have tried yesterday. You can see it almost has that tweed pattern in there and the big CC in the middle. Now these bad boys are so expensive. The quad is $70. I feel like that went up, right? I'm pretty sure that went up. The Chanel quads used to not be that expensive, and you get very little product, guys. Like, this is tiny. Like, for example, I know Tom Ford is so expensive, but you get so much more product there. Like, I'm picking just a random Tom Ford quad, and like, I'm gonna take the little 2 eyeshadow brushes in from there. So look at the difference of like how much product you get in Tom Ford. Let's see here. It says you get 9 grams of product, and in this little guy you get a whole lot of 2 grams of product. That's like ridiculous. Less than a fourth. Of course, you're paying for the brand here. It does have a mirror, and you guys know the compacts of Chanel I don't like. I've had so many that broke on me, like this little thing, clasp breaks, and it just doesn't feel as sturdy and heavy. It feels kind of light and plasticky. I don't know. Am I the only one? I feel like everybody loves their packaging, but I'm just like always scared that this little hook right here is gonna break, because it broke in almost every single one of my other Chanel blush or whatever other things I had from them. And the packaging is the same for the blush. Now in the blush, you do get 7 grams, and obviously that's a lot in here. And this is supposed to be a combination between like a highlighter and the blush in one. It has that like highlighter go through the color, kind of like the Hourglass ones. And you'll see it's just, I don't know, it's like a good mixture of both of them. Did I mention how much the blush is? The blush is $80. And honestly, I was kind of put off when I went to purchase it. I almost didn't, but I had so many requests to review this release that, you know, I did want it, but $80 just felt like so much for a blush. With this, you do get a blush brush or a highlighter brush, and honestly, it's actually decent. It's not too bad. I also like the brushes from Chanel that they give you in the water tint. Those are really nice for concealer, but this actually kind of feels nice. Let me try that on. I'm going to start with a blush, and I'm going to swatch it for you guys. Look at that. Here we have the color, and it's nice and reflective and pink. And then once you blend it out, you see more of that glow within right there. And the glow is really beautiful. It's definitely intense, but it's elegant. Like, it's not a, I would say it's not a blush with a little bit of a glow. It's a true mix between a highlighter and a blush, and I find it absolutely Absolutely gorgeous. Yesterday when I recorded this, I tried to find dupes in my collection for this, and I didn't find any. I was looking at different blushes. The only one that I could probably think to have the same idea is this Laura Mercier one. This is the blush color infusion and all that sparkles. The tone is different though, but I think it has that beautiful like highlighty effect without having glitter in it. And I actually have loved this blush. In the beginning I was like, what am I going to use this for? It's too highlighty, but I keep reaching for it over and over again. So yeah. Oh, I love this pink, this like baby pink. I'm gonna pick up this RMS Beauty blush. This is in French Rosé, just to show you a swatch of this one. This is much more intense than the Chanel one. I'm gonna do another heavy swatch of the Chanel one here. You can see it's quite different. And then I'm gonna take my Gucci Silky Rose blush. Absolutely adore this blush, and even this one, I'm gonna put it smack in the middle, is very different. It has more warmth to it, as you can see here. So in my collection, I don't have anything that is even remotely similar to this. All right, enough rambling. I am going to try this brush. Why not? Because if it comes with it, you know, it may be worth it if you don't have any brushes. Oh, actually, that brush, I can never say that right. But this is actually really nice. It disperses the product. Nice. Oh, look at that. It's just so beautiful. Yeah, I could use this. I could see myself if I had this dandy. The only problem is you don't have where to put it in the compact, so you'd have to bring it with you, but they do give you like a little pouch like this if you do want to carry this on the go. So this is the little highlight blush duo, and I really like it. It's definitely very light, so if you are very fair, this will be more of a blush. If you're deeper than me, this will be definitely like a highlighter, and I'm just not even sure how you would pull this off if you're really deep. I wonder if it will look a little gray on you, a little stark, but on me, I feel like I can pull this off. I see myself wearing this almost like a blush topper, so I would probably put a different blush under it and then this on top as a highlighter and a blush topper. But look at that glow. It's absolutely stunning. Yesterday after I recorded, I went outside and I was just mesmerized at how glossy but healthy my cheeks looked. And yeah, it's absolutely stunning. The color is, again, like I mentioned, very light, but honestly, I can pull this off as a blush. I would feel very comfortable walking around with this as my blush, but the finish that this has on the skin, ooh, it's just so beautiful. I don't see any glitter in it. I even took my phone to my cheek the other day, and you could see like the sparkles, but they're so fine that I could barely notice them. I mean, you obviously need some sort of shimmer in there to make it glow like this, but there was no glitter whatsoever. And you can definitely see just like how beautiful this looks on the cheek. I'm going to take my Real Techniques brush and just see how this works on the other side. I actually really like the mirror in here because it's big enough and practical that you can actually use it. So let's put this with a different brush. Yeah, it's pretty much the same, and you can build this up, like build up the color a little bit more. Or you could just have it almost like a wash of color, wash of highlighter. It's just so beautiful. It's very feminine, very ethereal almost, and very spring appropriate too, in my opinion. I think it's Very, very lovely. Now, when I swatched this in store, I was a little bit worried that maybe it would give me a gray cast on my cheeks, but I really don't think it does. I think it's very flattering, and what I love most about this is that it stays that baby pink on me, a little bit more cool tone. It doesn't turn warm, which a lot of blushes that are more cool tone turn warm on me. It's just my skin tone and the undertone of my skin. So I am just very happy that this stays this way. I would be a little disappointed if it would turn just a little bit too warm. But right now, I think it's very, very beautiful. Ooh, I love it.
I'm not sure I understand.
Siri's listening to me. So that is the illuminating powder blush, whatever they call this. I absolutely love it. And for me, it's a great product to have. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the effect that Westman Atelier, the highlighter, like the Peau de Pêche, has on my cheeks. Just not the color. The color's not the same, but it has that beautiful radiance glow with a little bit of color, but it's not just a pure highlighter. To me, this is a very beautiful, special, and unique in my collection, and I'm very excited. I hope this is still in stock if you guys are interested. I know in the UK has it sold out so quickly. I picked mine at my local Chanel boutique. Enough with a blush. Let's move on to the quad that I almost dropped. So this is called the Multi-Effect Eyeshadow 68 Délices. I haven't even swatched this, and the colors, I kind of like the colors. I like these softer, more spring-like pastel colors for just a soft eye look with either wing liner or just a little bit of mascara. I just find this a very spring and summer appropriate. So let's swatch these. It had a CC on it, but as I'm rubbing, it's kind of coming off. So these are the 4 colors. I think there is one matte in there. The other ones are either, I think this one right here, the yellow one, has a little bit more texture to it. And then the other ones are just smooth shimmers. These are the swatches. And as you can see, that yellow one, it's not like a really intense yellow. It's actually quite soft. And I was worried that maybe I wouldn't use that color much, but honestly, I think it would work really well. I think the middle one, this is the only more matte shade, even though it's not a true matte, it's a very creamy. And then the other one, two have like a sheen to them. And this one definitely has more texture, slight glittery in it, but it's very soft. So I feel like I kind of talked about this before, the fact that Chanel quads to me, they're just not my favorite. They're fine. I just feel like the price is very steep for what you get and how little product you get. So it was a decision for me to get this is because the colors, I was kind of interested in the colors. Oops, I forgot I had that ring there. And the fact that Chanel doesn't come out with these kind of colors often. So I really did want to review it and give you my thoughts on it. But from the start, I don't know. Chanel eyeshadow is not one that I will always buy whatever they come out with. I much prefer the Tom Ford shadows than the Chanel, but I think they're nice. I think they're nice and elegant. I'm gonna start with this shadow right here and make sure my eyelids are not creased and just go in the crease. This is a soft, kind of pinky brown transition shade. I will say that without realizing when I was doing the makeup before, I did put a little bit of bronzer on my crease. So if there's a little shape there, it's just because I had that and didn't realize it. I did it out of habit, but you could definitely see the color. I know Chantecaille came out with another quad that kind of looked similar. It had, I think, some pink or lavender color and a yellow. And I was attracted to that one as well. Decided to go for this one just because you guys asked about this quad for me to review it. And I don't know, the color scheme, for some reason, it does interest me. So this color definitely has a different tone than my skin tone, but it's not very bright. It's not super noticeable, but I do like it. I don't think that this quad is meant to have a ton of impact. It's just meant to be a soft, beautiful eye look. There's definitely like that more pinky tone in my eyeshadow. I think that's pretty. Nothing crazy though. Nothing out of this world. I think I do want to take this color on all over the lid actually. Let's put it all over. Okay, so this one is soft. It does show up, but it is soft. I do love the undertone. So Victoria Beckham came out with those eyeshadow sticks. I didn't purchase them because I was kind of preoccupied and I was already late to the whole review. So I decided just to skip it, but there was that color macaron and I wanted that color shade. Oh, that's actually beautiful. It has a tiny sheen to it, but it's not too much. Like you could put this in your crease and it would work really, really well. Just blending this out. That is a beautiful color. I actually really like that it's soft and not too intense. I'm glad it doesn't have any glitter to it. I think it's just a very pretty. Any skin type could use it. Even if you have wrinkles or on your eyes, you could absolutely use this because it's very soft. There's very smooth and it's almost blurring the lines on my eyes, which I do have some. I am loving this color so much. I love that it's not too glittery. It has a soft sheen to it, and dare I say it has a slight shift to it, but it's so elegant and smooth, and it's very flattering on the eyes. I really love this color. Honestly, I would just leave it like this. But we need to try the other ones. Oof, I don't want to put anything in the crease or darken it up, but we need to use all of them. On the inner corner, I'm going to take this yellow color and just brighten up this area. Oh, that's really nice and pigmented. And honestly, I love the undertone of this. Yellow can be tricky around the eyes because it can make you look really sick, kind of like red. Right, so you just need to be careful with the undertone, but this is actually a really pretty undertone. I like it. I'm gonna take it under quite a bit, almost like have this be the star under here, and you could do the same, like have the yellow kind of all over the lid and like a thicker lavender color underneath. I think that would be really beautiful as well. I probably should have done that, but I just wanted to get my hands on that lavender color. So I'm gonna spray my brush a little bit and just take that yellow again and go right in here to intensify that brightness. I think that definitely did something. It made it stronger. Yeah, like a lot stronger. Spring is waiting for us. We've been planting. We're hoping to have a garden this summer. So we've been slowly growing all our little seeds in our kitchen table. I am so excited about it. They're looking good. They're growing. So it's just so fulfilling that you're doing something and hopefully we'll be able to eat the food that they were growing. So, okay, that yellow is really beautiful actually. I know it looks a little bit weird right now, but once you put some black mascara, oh, you could even put brown mascara. Okay, let's move on to this color. And I think I'm gonna start on the lower lash line and probably bring it a little bit in the crease. So I'm gonna put it here. Okay, that's not very intense. Like the color's softer than I expected. And we're just gonna blend this in. and out. I need a fluffy brush. Here we have one. Dirty. Hopefully it's not too bad. I am kind of bringing it out quite a bit. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm gonna spray my finger and take a little bit more of this color right here and see if that makes a difference. If it's gonna be emphasized a little bit. It has a little bit more punch to it. Nothing crazy though. These work really wonderful even without having to spray them. But I just wanted to add more texture rather than intense color. I think I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna go put some mascara on, clean up around, and I'll show you the finished look. The mascara I used is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. It's just one that gives me quite a lot of length and just more separation. And that's kind of how I wanted. Maybe it turned out a little heavy, the lashes, but yeah. And then the lip, I just kind of patted it down because it was just too much. Probably could wipe it off and put a better match, but I think this will do. So this is the eyeshadow look. I love that color so much. I think it's so beautiful, so pretty. It's soft, but it has an impact without it being just too much. I think it's perfect for spring. And then, you know, everything else worked fine, but I would say that that's the standout color. And I do like that yellow color because it's brightening and a little bit more unique than just a regular maybe cream color or light pink color. I think it brings a lot of life to where you apply it. I bet it would look beautiful even in the center of the lid. I think there's a couple looks that you could create with this eyeshadow palette. Now, I do think that this color right here, I don't know, kind of got lost. The way I used it, I was mainly using it to elongate the eye a little bit and to blend that lavender shade in. And then this one, I didn't use much of it, but it was lighter than I expected. I almost expected this to be able to darken up the look, but it didn't much. Like I put it under here and it just blended those two colors together. Maybe if you use it all over the lid, it would give a stronger effect, but it wasn't super intense, which I don't think this is meant to give you smoky eye, but I do like the overall effect this palette has. And I just, you know, I like the palette. I don't think it's worth the money. I think it's very expensive, and most likely you will be able to find something like this at a much more affordable price. However, I know that if you're shopping for Chanel and you're interested in Chanel quads, you're not necessarily shopping for the uniqueness of the colors, but more for the formula, for the experience. I will say that the formula is extremely soft. It felt almost velvety on the eyes, and you can see just how smooth the eyelid looks. So I do think that this is very beautiful for any skin type. Definitely very flattering, and there's just something about that Chanel eye look that it's very just soft and elegant even when you have colors. So yeah, those are just kind of my thoughts. I do enjoy the palette. Is it, again, super unique? No, we've seen these kind of colors before, but not from Chanel. So I do like the overall look. But this one, oof, I love this one. I think this is something that I'm going to have in my collection for a long time, and it's going to be one of those products that I reach for over and over again, just because the effect that it gives, it's a mixture of a highlighter and blush. I can wear it by itself. I can combine it with other blushes, and I have a lot of product in here that it should last me a long time. Is it for everybody? No. If you're not into like that glowy cheek, you're gonna hate this. But it doesn't have glitter. It's just a soft sheen that is, I think, very flattering. Also, if you don't like pink, you have to like these baby pink colors. You're not gonna like this. If you're into that warm tones, this is absolutely not for you. But Yeah, I think both of these are absolutely wonderful, and I'm very excited to play with them and to have them for this spring. It just puts me in a good mood. It just makes me feel like, oh, like I'm just fresh. Like I have fresh spring makeup, and that makes me happy. So those are my quick reviews on the new Chanel releases. They're absolutely overpriced. You do not need them, but if you're into Chanel and you're looking for that beautiful spring quad or beautiful like glowy cheeks, this is absolutely wonderful. So leave me your thoughts down below. I really do enjoy interacting with you in the comments down below. Give it a like, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.